Hello everyone, this is our class on disability embedded in culture. We will talk about film, TV, blogs, and other media. Uh, for an introduction, I want you to watch this video on disability culture. There is a group of panelists that have disabilities or engage in disability culture. It takes about 20 or 30 minutes, and it's titled Disability Culture, Research in Motion. So click the link and watch the video first. There are many TV, radio, press, internet programs, shows, channels, chat rooms, or discussions geared toward disability. Portrayers of disability in media play major role in public perceptions of disability. However, many representations are sensational, misinformed, charity-based, medical, stereotypical, and many disability activists challenge that. Examples of disability representations in media include telethon, Special Olympics, and Paralympics. Examples of disability activism against media coverage of disability include BBC's website Ouch, that website Media and Disability, or DisEmbodiment. You can explore this website, and also the website that's linked in this PowerPoint that include all available links to disability in media. So click on the link, and on the left side there is a list of anything connected with culture and disability. So go through whatever you are interested in and click on that. Here's a slide that has a number of pictures portraying disability in mass media. There are different websites, there are different movies, there are different cartoons and different characters, and also a book on media, disability in media by Beth Heller. Many websites are created by people with disabilities, and here's several links on telethon and the controversy around telethon. So I would like you to review these websites. The first is an article by Harriet McBride Johnson, an activist with disabilities who died recently. Then there is a YouTube video on Jerry Lewis saying a homophobic slur on the telethon, and another movie is The Kids Are Alright, also about telethon and the controversy. This will allow you to have a disability lens and critically look at portrayals of disability and these shows and coverages by mass media such as telethon. I want you also to look at disability as diversity. It's nothing more than that. Disability is diversity. There are several stereotypes that appear in media and in movies. Robert Bogdan and Steve Taylor, who were my professors at Syracuse University, put together a list of these stereotypes. First of all, they argue that the disabled person is portrayed as pitiable and pathetic. Second, the disabled person is portrayed as object of violence. Third, the disabled person is portrayed as evil. The disabled person is portrayed as atmosphere, kind of in the background. Fifth, the disabled person appears as a supercrip. Sixth, the disabled person is portrayed as laughy, soliciting many to laugh. Seventh, the disabled person is a burden. Eighth, the disabled person is his or her own worst and only enemy. Ninth, the disabled person is non-sexual. And 10th, the disabled person is incapable of fully participating in everyday life. Disability appears in many movies. When Paul Longmore, who also was a person with disabilities on a wheelchair, wrote once on the portrayals of disability in movies that, and this is a quote, "When one examines images of people with disabilities in television and film, one encounters two striking facts. First, one discovers hundreds of characters with all sorts of disabilities, handicapped horror monsters, crippled criminals, disabled war veterans, and so on. The second striking fact is how much we overlook the prevalence of disability and the frequent presence of characters with disabilities." End quote. And I have a question for you. Why do we portray these disabled characters certain ways? So think about it for a second. What movies have you seen recently that portray disability? Have you seen any? Or in your lifetime, can you think of any movies with disability? Before you jump to the next slide, so try to come up at least with 3 movies that have disability characters in it or portray disability. Um, there's a website, disabilitymovies.com, and you can get a list of all movies um, with disability portrayals. There's also links to disability movie cliches, and there's also Hall of Shame. Very often we encounter superscript stories in movies. I want you to review these articles that are linked on this slide. The first one is on Finding Nemo. The second one is also on superscript stories by Beth Haller. And there's 2 more. One is by a person with disabilities, Why I Hate Superscript Stories, and the last one is on Tropic Thunder and on Hollywood that still doesn't get disability the right way. So review those. Disability movie cliches are, for example, that the disabled person dies, inspiring the able-bodied to live their lives to the fullest. Next, the disabled person offs themselves so they won't be a burden to others. Another cliche is that blind people have superhuman hearing and can cause echolation. Another cliche is that disabled person was really faking it all along. Disability, especially disfigurement, is used to indicate that a character is the villain. Another cliche is that the disabled person needs able-bodied people to teach them that their life isn't over. And last, another cliche in movies is that people with disabilities can cure themselves through sheer force of will. If you are still disabled after the movie ends, it means you are not trying hard enough. I have put together a list of movies that I could think of that had some disabled people in it or touched upon disability. And here is their list. It's not an exhaustive list, so if you can think of any others, do that. Some examples include some Disney movies or movies like Roadrunner, Rainman, Forrest Gump, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Girls Interrupted, Children of Lesser God, As Good as It Gets, Finding Nemo, Mary and Max, Whose Life Is It Anyway, Frida, King Gimp, My Left Foot, and so on and so on. There's many. I wonder if you can think of any other ones. Disability also appears in animation. There's another link to animation studio and another link that you should click and check on it's a promotional video of a group called Motion Disabled that comes with disability animation. Disability also appears in art and entertainment. The website DisEmbodiment.com is about fashion, art exhibit, museum or amusement parks that all touched upon disability. Such a park is in Texas. There's a map of it on the slide. It's called Morgan's Wonderland Theme Park for Special Needs Activities. I would love to go and visit that park, friends. People with disabilities have also been blogging about their issues. I put together a list of 10 disability blogs from Get Mobilized, BBC's blog Ouch, JJ's list, Rolling Around My Head, Glenda Watson Hyatt has a blog. DisEmbodiment is a really good blog. Council of Canadians with Disabilities or Planet of the Blind by Steve Kusisto, blind person. The GIMP Parade are just examples, a few examples of many disability blogs. So feel free to explore any if you want to. To conclude, the British newspaper Guardian published a really good article on disability culture and some animated characters that makes us not comfortable with disabilities, and they challenge dominant perceptions of disabilities. And so click on the link and read the article on creature that discomfort us. And I'm looking forward to your discussions on Blackboard, and have a good weekend and explore all of these disability culture portrayals.